Next point is multiple effect evaporator. Here in this, what is the principle of this multiple effect evaporator? Here the single effect evaporators described previously use steam to supply to the liquor and provide latent heat of vaporization. Here in this, the vapor is taken off to this condenser here, to a condenser where the latent heat is given up to the cooling water, which commonly then gives to waste. Okay, here in this, the simplest case of multiple effect evaporation, two or three, here two or three evaporators are connected together here, and individually each evaporator is called as a effect. Okay, and a triple effect evaporator or multiple effect evaporator is one in which three evaporators are connected in a series, which is connected to one another. Okay, in a series. Here this evaporator body of first effect is heated by steam. Okay, is heated by here steam. The vapors evolved from the first effect is used to the here heat the liquid in the second evaporator, and in turn the vapors evolved in the second evaporator, which is used for the source of heat towards the this third evaporator. Okay, here, and these evaporators which are connected together are operated in order to increasing pressures. Okay, here in previous lecture we discussed the single effect evaporators. Okay, and in this lecture we discuss the multiple effect evaporator. So multiple effect, also called as a triple effect evaporator, means in this evaporator three evaporators are connected with each other in a series. Okay, and here what is the construction? Okay, we discuss the construction in detail. Here in this, here in multiple effect evaporator is shown in this figure. Here these three evaporators are used, so which is called as a triple effect evaporator. In this it is consist of two inlet. Okay, here two inlet, one for the liquid feed, okay, for the introducing the liquid feed, and other for the introducing the steam. Okay, steam, it is a source of heat. Okay, so which is called as a, okay, S1 means steam. Okay, for the steaming purpose. Okay, and here S1 is the, okay, steam inlet for first evaporator, that's why which is called as a S1. Okay, and in second evaporator similarly, here also S2 and S3. Okay, here in second evaporator S2, and in third evaporator S3, it is a opening for the steam inlet. Okay, but in first evaporator here steam is here for steam is introduced from this, that is S1, and the outlet of this evaporator, which is here, which is connected to the inlet for the second evaporator, and the outlet of this outlet of the vapors of second evaporator, which is a inlet for the third evaporator. Okay, so here which are the connected to each other. Also it consists of a condenser. Okay, here the condenser consists of a outlet, okay, which is known as a, okay, condenser, that's why which is known as a C1. Okay, condenser for C1 for first evaporator, C2 for the second evaporator, and C3 for the third evaporator. Okay, and the product discharge, here the product discharge outlet, which is placed at the bottom side of the evaporator. Here steam inlet, which is only first evaporator, okay, which is only first evaporator, and in second and third evaporator the vapors formed evaporation. Okay, this vapors connection is given to the second, and here given to the third evaporator. Okay, and the second evaporator and the third evaporator are given towards the, okay, third evaporator, and the last evaporator is connected with this vacuum pump here, and the third evaporator is connected here at the vacuum pump. Okay, and here also one condenser is provided for the condensation purpose. Okay, for the condensation purpose जे काही व्हॅक्यूम थर्ड मधून रिमूव्ह होणार आहे त्या ह्या वॅक्यूम पंपमध्ये येतील आणि या कंडेन्सर थ्रू त्याचं कन्वर्जन, त्या वेपरचं कन्वर्जन लिक्विडमध्ये होईल आणि ते लिक्विड ह्या आउटलेट ह्या कंडेन्सेटमधून रिमूव्ह होईल, ॲज अ कंडेन्सेट फॉर्ममध्ये रिमूव्ह होईल इथून. ओके, हिअर ट्रिपल इफेक्टिव्ह एव्हपोरेटर P1, P2 and P3 is the vapor pressures. Okay, T1, T2 and T3 are the temperatures. Okay, here, and S1, S2 and S3 are the steam inlets. Okay, so this is all about the working, this is all about the construction. Then next point is working. Here the working of multiple effect evaporator consists of a first point is the parallel feed. In this method, hot saturation solution of the feed is directly introduced to each evaporator in a parallel without transferring the material from one effect to the other. Okay, from one effect to the other. And this parallel feed arrangement is commonly used in the concentration of salt solution in which solute crystallizes on concentrate without increasing the viscosity. Okay, here first is the parallel feed. In this method, the hot saturation solution of the feed is directly introduced to each evaporator in parallel, okay, without transferring the material from one effect to the other. Okay, from one effect to the other. And this parallel feed arrangement is commonly used in the concentration of salt solution in which solute crystallizes on concentration without increasing the viscosity. Okay, so what is the main operation, okay, which is occurred in this multiple effect evaporator? In the beginning, the equipment is at a room temperature and in atmospheric pressure. Okay, at a room temperature and atmospheric pressure. Here the liquid, okay, the liquid feed is introduced to all the three evaporators one by one. Means हे जे काही फर्स्ट इव्हॅपोरेटर आहे याला इनलेट, ह्या इनलेट थ्रू जे काही लिक्विड फीड आहे ते इंट्रोड्यूस करणार आहेत. ओके, हे लिक्विड फीड इंट्रोड्यूस केल्यानंतर सेकंडमध्ये पण आणि थर्डमध्ये पण सायमल्टेनियसली इंट्रोड्यूस होईल. ओके, आफ्टर दॅट the level of these evaporators, okay, which is the upper tube sheets. Okay, at this level the liquid is filled. Okay, in the vent walls, here these are the vent walls V1, V2 and V3 are opened. Okay, are, and the vacuum pump is starts and create a vacuum in this evaporator, and this create the vacuum in this evaporator. So steam valve, okay, steam valve here S1 and C1. Okay, S1 is the steam for the steam inlet of the first evaporator and C1 is the first condensate. Okay, first evaporator condensate, so which is called as a C1. These valves are opened, okay, and the steam is supplied in first evaporator, and this steam replaced the cool air, and cool air is removed from V1. Okay, and the cool air is removed from V1, and after removing air V1 is closed. Okay, after removing air V1 is closed. Then the supply of steam is continued. Okay, is continued up till the desired pressure is achieved, that is pressure. Okay, the P1 is the pressure, and for first evaporator which is a P1. Okay, this is the pressure P1. At this pressure, okay, P0, the temperature is T0. Okay, or we consider the P1 and T1, because T1, why T1 and P1? Because it is a first evaporator. So here in first evaporator, okay, okay, here at this pressure P1, okay, at this pressure P1 the temperature is T1, so steam gives the first temperature to the liquid feed. Okay, liquid feed in the first evaporator and get condensed. Okay, and get condensed, and condensate is removed through C1 wall, and the condensate is removed through the C1 wall, and due to heat transfer due to the heat transfer, the liquid temperature is increases. Okay, the liquid temperature is increases and reaches the boiling point during the process. Okay, and reaches the boiling point during the process. So in the first evaporator, liquid gains temperature, and temperature differences between liquid and steam get decreases, and the rate of condensation is also decreases. Okay, and the rate of condensation is also decreases. Here, due to the heat transfer, the liquid temperature is increases and reaches the boiling point during this process. So vapor is generated from the liquid feed, and so due to this the liquid gains the temperature, and the temperature difference between liquid and steam, okay, it is decreases, and also hence the rate of condensation is also decreases. So as a result, when vapor pressure is increases, okay, when vapor pressure is increases in first evaporator, it is a P1, and the temperature is also T1, and after the difference between the liquid and steam, here, that is T0 minus T1 is the decreases, or also we consider the, okay, T0 minus T1 is decreases. So after increasing the temperature, the liquid is start the convert into vapor. Here liquid is start the convert into vapor, and the vapors get displaced and introduced. Okay, these vapors are comes here and which is introduced in the second evaporator as a heat source for the second evaporator. Okay, and this vapors comes in third. Okay, from this overall procedure occurs in also in second evaporator. Okay, pressure differences is arises, temperature increase in the liquid second evaporator, and again, okay, again the boiling point, the liquid reaches boiling point, then pressure differences arises, and then, okay, vapors are formed, and these vapors are escaped into this second evaporator, and these vapors are introduced towards the third evaporator. Okay, and here the third evaporator come to the steady state, and after the whole process the concentrated product is discharged. Okay, here from the concentrated product is discharged from the bottom side of the evaporator, and which is the evaporators. Okay, here from the bottom side the product is discharged. This is all over the working. Okay, it is all working of the multiple effect evaporator. This is so complicated, but okay, wait a minute, I will tell you in a simple language. Simple, जे काही आपण हॉरिझॉन्टल ट्यूब इव्हॅपोरेटर पाहिले, जसं की आपण हे पाहिले फोर्स्ड सर्क्युलेशन इव्हॅपोरेटर, नंतर फिल्म इव्हॅपोरेटर पाहिले, लाईक दॅट. डिफरन्स काहीच नाही आहे, फक्त प्रॉब्लेम काय आहे तर हे एकमेकांना कनेक्टेड आहेत एका सिरीजमध्ये, आणि याच्यामध्ये आपण काय करणार आहे, फक्त इथं जे काही लिक्विड फीड आहे ते इंट्रोड्यूस करणार आहे, आणि इथल्या ओपनिंगमधून स्टीम इनलेट, स्टीम प्रोव्हाइड करणार आहे त्या इनलेट थ्रू. ज्यावेळेस लिक्विड फिल होईल इथपर्यंत फिल झाल्याबरोबर काय होणार आहे, ही स्टीम प्रोव्हाइड करणार. स्टीम काय करेल, याच्यातलं जे काही टेम्परेचर आहे लिक्विडमधलं ते इन्क्रीज करेल. त्या टेम्परेचर इन्क्रीज झाल्याबरोबर ते लिक्विड बिकम्स बॉईल. ओके, and the vapors are formed. These vapors are comes or escape from this opening and comes to the second evaporator. म्हणजे जे काही हॉट वेपर्स आहेत तो सोर्स कशाचा असेल, सेकंड इव्हॅपोरेटरचा. परत इथं पण तशीच प्रोसिजर होईल, लिक्विड बॉईल होईल आणि त्याच्या वेपर्स फॉर्म होतील, त्या वेपर्स इथून रिमूव्ह होतील, त्या वेपर थर्ड इव्हॅपोरेटरचा सोर्स असणार आहे. आणि इथं पण सेम तसंच, मग जे काही थर्डमधून वेपर्स रिमूव्ह होतील, आता इथं फक्त 3च इव्हॅपोरेटर आहेत, मग ह्या वेपर्स रिमूव्ह होऊन इथं ह्या पंप थ्रू बाहेर पडतील इथून, आणि या कंडेन्सेटमधून त्या वेपरचं कंडेन्सेट तयार होईल, आणि ते कंडेन्सेट इथून डिस्चार्ज होईल ह्या कंडेन्सेट ओपनिंग थ्रू. आणि जो काही आफ्टर इव्हॅपोरेशन ह्या थर्ड इव्हॅपोरेटरमधून जो काही प्रोडक्ट असेल तो या बॉटम साईडमधून इथून डिस्चार्ज होईल. This is all about the multiple effect evaporator. Okay, here in this working we discussed only one feeding method. Okay, only one liquid feeding method, that is parallel feed method. But in this multiple effect evaporator, various types of methods are used for the feeding the liquid. So it consists of four methods, that is forward feed method, then backward feed method. Here here forward feed method, backward feed method, mixed and parallel feed arrangement. Okay, so here, okay, it is a forward feed arrangement. In that, okay, in this method the feed is moves from 1 to second, okay, from 1 to second and second to third, okay, means, okay, it is transferred serial wise, first to second and second to third. Here the feed moves high pressure to low pressure chambers, okay, and therefore bumping is not required and the product obtained at a lower temperature, okay, the product occur at a lower temperature. Here T1 temperature, T2 temperature and T3 temperature. So product is obtained at a lowest temperature, that is T3, and this method is suitable for scale forming liquid as well as concentrated product, okay, is subjected to low temperature. Also this method is not suitable for cold feed because the steam input in the first effect will be used mainly for rising the temperature of the feed, and thus amount of vapors produced in effect 1 is low. So that's why we can't use the cold feed in the forward feed arrangement. Also the lower amount of vapors in first effect results, okay, also in lower amount of vapors in the first effect results in lower vapor production in second effect and so on. So this will be hamper economy. So this will be the hamper economy. This is all about the forward feed arrangement. What about the next? Here this is the all advantages and disadvantages of the forward feed arrangement. In this, okay, the feed moves from high pressure to low pressure, so bumping of feed is not required, okay, as I have already told, okay. This is all about the forward feed arrangement. Then here this is the backward feed arrangement. In this method the feed enters last effect, okay, last effect, that is the feed is, okay, here that is third effect in case of the triple effect evaporators, and moves from, okay, third to second and second to 1, means feeding is occurred from this backward side, first to second, second to third, okay. Here the feed moves from low pressure to high pressure. As we discussed in forward feed arrangement, the feed, okay, feed moves from high pressure to low pressure, but here the feed is moves from low pressure to high pressure, so bumping is necessary and the product is collected at high temperature. So the product is what? T1. Product is collected at a high temperature, that is T1 temperature, means T1, T2 and T3. In forward feed arrangement the feed is collected at a T3 here, and the backward method the feed is collected at a high pressure, that is T1, okay. So here in this it is suitable for, okay, it is suitable for cold feed, it will give more economy. Also this is method is suitable for viscous products because, okay, here because highly concentrated product is at highest temperature and hence lower viscosity is occurs. Here it is suitable for cold feed because the heat used, okay, because of heat used for increasing the temperature in third effect has been already used for heating effect for, okay, for number of times. So this gives more economy, that's why it is suitable for cold feed. And this method is suitable for viscous product as highly concentrated product is at highest temperature, hence lower viscosity. So at lower viscosity heat transfer and in turn capacity will be maintained high in this backward feed arrangement, okay. And here what is the disadvantage? As liquid moves from lower side to higher pressure side, so bumping is required. This is the main disadvantage of the backward feed arrangement, okay. This is the main disadvantage. Then next is the here mixed feed arrangement, okay. In that the feed enters the middle or the intermediate, okay. intermediate or middle effect and moves forward, and then to initial effect, that is 2 to 3 and 3 to 1. Means here in this, okay, the second evaporator transfer the feed towards the third evaporator, and then okay, and then the third evaporator forward to the first evaporator. So here the mixed feed arrangement is occurs. It is advantageous as a liquid moves from high pressure to low pressure here. Okay, here liquid is moved from high pressure to low pressure in 2 to 3, okay, second to third, and then product is obtained at high temperature and low viscosity from the first effect, okay, that is T1 temperature and P1 pressure. So here and in this, okay, what are the advantages? The pumping of liquid requires only when liquid moves from low pressure to high pressure. So the product obtained from highest temperature, hence lowest viscosity is occurs. And what are the disadvantage? As liquid moves from low pressure side to high pressure side, so pumping is required, which is a disadvantage of this mixed feed arrangement. Okay. So next point is, this is all about the working of multiple effect evaporator with the multiple arrangements. Okay. Then this is parallel feed arrangement. We discussed in detail in the multiple effect evaporator. Already we discussed. Then what are the applications of multiple effect evaporator? Here the product concentration is high in this multiple effect evaporation. Also the solvent volume reduction is a solution here, and in this also, okay, here the water and solvent recovery is more, okay, water and solvent recovery is also more, and also crystallization is occurs. So here it is suitable for large scale, okay, large scale and for continuous operation. Also it is highly economical when compared with single effect evaporator, okay, which is with a single effect. And about 5 evaporators here, 3 or 5 evaporators can be attached in a series, okay, 3 to 5 evaporators can be attached. Okay, what are the advantages in this? This is an advanced system, and also it is very easy operation and maintenance. Also the cost effective operations, here it is very less. And here the single effect evaporator, in that 1.2 kg steam is used, okay, steam is used, and in double evaporator 0.6 kg steam is used. And here here steam is used in kg per water evaporated if TVR is used. Means here triple effect evaporator, in that 0.4 kg, okay, steam is used, okay, steam is used. And in this here in triple effect evaporator 0.25 kg steam is used. In 7th stage evaporator, it is possible to evaporate 12 kg of water with 1 kg of steam. Means फक्त 1 kg steam यूज करून आपण 12 kg वॉटर इव्हॅपोरेट करू शकतो. मीन्स इट इज व्हेरी इकॉनॉमिकली, इट इज व्हेरी easy. Okay. Then last point of this multiple effect evaporator is the economy of the evaporator. In that, the economy of an evaporator is the quantity of vapor produced per unit steam admitted. Okay, produced per unit steam admitted. So it is can be calculated by, okay, can be calculated by considering the assumptions like that. Here there are two assumptions. Okay, first one is the feed is admitted at its boiling point. So therefore it does not require any more heat to rise its temperature. So hence the supplied steam gets condensed to give the heat of condensation. Then this heat will be transferred completely to the liquid. Then the heat transferred, okay, now serve as a latent heat of vaporization. That is, the liquid undergoes vaporization by receiving the heat. Okay, this is first assumption. And the second assumption in that the loss of heat by means is negligible. Loss of heat by means is negligible. In that, here the economy of evaporator is expressed as, okay, is expressed as one equation. Here economy of evaporator is equal to total mass of vapor produced divided by total mass of steam supplied, okay, which is equation number 1. And okay, it is a economy of evaporator, or all economy of evaporator, okay, which is expressed in this equation first. But in single effective evaporator, okay, in single effective evaporator, economy is equal to n units of vapor produced divided by n units of steam supplied is equal to 1, okay, is equal to 1. In single effective evaporator, the economy is equal to 1. But in multiple effective evaporator, 1 unit of steam produces vapor many times depending on the number of evaporators connected. So if there are n number of evaporators connected together, then what is the economy? Okay, what is the economy of multiple effective evaporator? Is equal to n units of vapor produced divided by 1 unit of steam supplied is equal to n, is equal to n. Then it is the equation number 3. So in single effective evaporator, the economy is equal to 1, and the multiple effective evaporator, the economy is equal to n, which is the equation number 3. Thus the economy of multiple effective evaporator is n times, okay, is n times the economy of single effect evaporator. Okay, this is all about the multiple effective evaporator. Okay.